Hello my Aries friends, this is Absinthe. Before the recording went to shit, I have pulled up all these wonderful cards. Of course I didn't want to record everything, so I have to do everything all over again. So, we're here with your love reading. Right, I don't usually do these, but mood strikes me to do it, so we're here. So, I have pulled up the Lover's Oracle. And I pulled up these cards. The Trial by Fire, or the Sacred Heart. Transformation. So your relationship with one another, right, you and the other person, is about to deepen. Love conquers and transforms all things. So, see that as a success card. Right? Then we have cycles. As you can see here, it starts off with a monochrome pattern and develops into a colorful schematic here. And here we see a Vesica Pisces. We also see the moon, we see the sun, we see a tree of life. Okay? And the message was, life is a series of constantly shifting cycles. When we resist change, we resist the natural flow of life and create unnecessary stress. Go with the flow. You'll be surprised where it leads. So that seems to be a theme with this reading, is going with the flow, right? And also embracing change, or yin energy, like a feminine energy. Since according to some of these other cards here, you're very well in touch with your masculine aspect, physical aspect. Very has an earthy flavor. It's also very fiery, you know, but kind of like the negative aspects of it, where it's like a bull in a china cabinet, you know. And also, like, according to these cards, you take up a more traditional approach to things, and very church-like, you know, maybe Catholic or something where there's a lot of ritual, and there's a lot of things that you do not tolerate, and it could come across as value judgment, you know, and that could be the source of the fighting between you and this person, right? So that's the quick summary for those of you that don't want to stay around. And I pulled up the Lover's Path. I had shuffled it on camera, but then everything died. Okay, so you see the name right there. We pulled up 3 cards for that. So it was the Four of Cups, which is like an apathy, like a meh. There's no change, you know. Grass is greener. This could be probably the female, maybe. I'm thinking this or feminine type person, you know, or could be you, but you don't seem to want to change. You want everything to stay the same. So I think it's like greener pastures with this. And we had the Two of Cups in the reverse, so I love that's like decaying or going sour, you know, like a meh, you know, the word meh, you know. It's like you know, it is what it is. Love is just not there anymore. The flavor is gone. And Princess of Staves in the reverse. So just overall just going forward too quickly, you know, or jumping to conclusions maybe. We had here the Four of Cups. Let's see. I'm gonna read these meanings. So I like to read readings. Yeah. Just the way I am. I like to make sure, double verify. Okay, so since this is the upright, we're going to use the keywords. So the keywords are spot on, right? So we have, excuse me, dissatisfaction, overindulgence, and boredom. So someone is bored here. Somebody. It's probably not even you. It's probably the female, I keep saying female, the feminine person aspect is like, I'm not having this shit no more. Right? Taking something for granted, right? Love, talents, and beauty. Need for a more authentic life. So maybe they're not being real with you. You know? Reevaluation of our relationship that feels superficial. So they're going with emotions, you know, but they don't really want to be there. It's like that shirt that says, I forgot what it said. Sorry I'm late. Oh, sorry I'm late. I didn't want to be here. Didn't really want to be here. It's like they're showing up for work, but they don't really. It's a job for them. It's a job. Relationship is a job for them. You know, sadly to say. Looking at the prognostication of the other cards, it seems to hold true. And you're gonna have to brace yourself, okay, bucko? Because, yeah. Like, shit's gonna happen. We had these 2 cups of sour grapes. A lot of emotion here. So it's lifestyle, people, relationships. Right? So the keywords for the natural order of the card is harmony, partnership, and love. But it's in the reverse. So there is this harmony, this partnership, and no love. Right? So it says infatuation. Well, that's what the card means here. Or overindulging in sensuality for the sake of the emotional high. So maybe this is just a relationship, like a sex-based relationship, you know, or it's turned out to be that way. I say that the love died. You know what I'm saying? You're just going through the motions with this person. We have here the negative wands aspect. Princess of Staves, or Brunhilde, I think it is. Just wands energy, right? Woohoo. Okay, so the keywords for the upright version of this usually means no ideas, communication, and enthusiasm. So there is lack of enthusiasm. There is no communication going on, and they're stagnant. There are no ideas flowing between you two. It's like a corpse, right? Sorry to say it like that, but yeah, too much energy and not enough idea focus. Not enough focus. Bull in a china cabinet syndrome again, right? So it's like I think because of the other cards, I think it is like you're stuck in tradition. You were brought up in a traditional household, right? And the way things have been will always be that way, right? For you, things will be the way they always have been, right? A lot of freaking introverted sensing. You know what I'm saying? A lot of, you know, this is the way it always has been, this is the way it needs to be in order for order. You know, a lot of order, not enough chaos, right? And you know what happens when you have a lot of order and not enough chaos, right? That fucking shit, you cannot keep water from going in your ship, right? Or a door shut when it has too much shit in it, right? Pretty soon, that fucking door is gonna open. All the shit's gonna start flying right out, and you're gonna have a goddamn mess. You know? Or a flood is gonna come in. These cups signs, you know, these cup tarot, right? The fucking water is gonna come and drown, shadow you, because you're not cutting the burnt trees or whatever. You know, the dead wood. You're not cutting it by keeping in communication, keeping in check with this person, what their ideas are. What do they want in a relationship? You're stuck in your own little ideas, right? The things that have always worked. You know, you don't want to change, but this other person's feeling like they're suffocated in a way. You know, that you've burnt out the fire in the relationship because you want to do it the old-fashioned way. You know, but this person does not have the same value system as you. You know, because over time they might have changed. You know? Says ideas and messages that fizzle out after the initial enthusiasm. So maybe it could be this person's telling you, let's do this, let's do that, you know, and then you're like, no, we're gonna do it this way, you know. Or it could be both of you start out really happy with the idea, but then it just, like, you drop it after a while, you know, and it never reaches its full fruition. Like, the fruits never, you know, get reaped. Like, it doesn't bear fruit. So you're stuck in you're stuck in a rut here, right? Let me pull up the man for little Lenorand, which I painted these rudimentary. But this is your persona, the fire, Mars, Aries. This is the male persona. In their reading, this is very Wands energy. It is basically tradition, burden of duty, going along with the cross here. It's a very religious person. I'm going to read that cross one and go back to the man one, right? So duty, conviction, and suffering. Burden, right? Divine masculine, right? This is the masculine. This is the masculine Ace of Hearts. Masculine, embracing everything that is physical, right? And we have the cross, the duty, the back-breaking task master, right? Indoctrination, having the principles, having a code and not breaking from it, right? And that's what we have here. Oh, I'm having indigestion right now. Oh. This can be an organized religion, yes, traditionally. It could be you have a set of standards that you don't like to break. You're very conservative in nature. It can include your ideology and your idea of responsibility. When you know, directed towards your goals, your actions and your values, they may create a division between what is good and what is bad. So you may have a black and white view of what is good and what is bad, what works and what doesn't work, obviously. And you know, you don't want to deviate from that path, right? A path is well eroded, right, into the ground, and you don't want to pave a new pathway. But this is not what this person wants. They can become incredibly harmful when you take it to the extremes, right? Your ideologies. It is through this ideology that you learn to judge the people, and you judge yourself sometimes really harshly. Sometimes when you go too far, you create a culture of intolerance. So you may be suffocating this person. Because these ideologies create value judgments, right? They become tied with other meanings, right? So with the man, you know, we have a very traditional, very principled, logical male, right? Fiery, has a bad temper, doesn't take no for an answer, you know, but he sets goals, and that can create stifling effect on the other person, right? That can create a not so good effect, right? You want to ask yourself if this is worth, if what you're doing and your ideologies are worth more than the relationship. You know, if it is, then you want to probably pursue a person that's kind of like you. You know, this person is not that person. But we need to realize that, you know, it can cause a great heavy burden, you know, on yourself and others, you know, and we need to realize that people are human. Sometimes they err, they make mistakes, you know, and it cannot be helped, you know. Sometimes you can't live life like a book. You weren't born with a manual, you know, and the sooner you realize that, the better things will be, I think. So you need to figure out, where is the burden coming from? What is the points of tension? You need to figure out, what is your value system? Do this other person have the same value system? If not, you have a problem, right? Why are you feeling like that? Is there some way you can compromise? You need to figure out what is the black and white absolutes in your life. What is your deal breaker? You know, what are your deal breakers? And you also need to realize, if you're being too judgmental and harsh towards people, you know, and maybe you can just kind of like just take a step back, you know, and try to get the other person's perspective, you know, and see if they can meet you halfway and you can meet them halfway, you know. Take a very Libran approach, right? So when we have this combination with the man, we have a very religious man, right? We have or a traditional person, right? Burdened with a lot of responsibilities, right? And duties to feminine, whatever that means. Whatever, if you work with women, you know, you're working with a female, right? A feminine person, because it could be either, right? The man card, to elaborate, is a more logical person that takes on a logical approach, doesn't really go to their emotions, you know what I'm saying? For advice, they say you shut the fuck up. You're not the one here. It's the logic. Logic is the ruler here, and logic rules the day, right? Let me see. Very aggressive, more than receptive. More physical than spiritual, right? So just very, very well versed in the physical world and physical environment, like wood, nails, hammer type of thing. Very burly, very brolic, like, you know, don't fuck with me, I come in a room, I have a presence kind of person. That's you. You won't take shit from nobody. Which is great in some situations. It's not so great in a relationship, though. You're in a relationship with the other person say matters. They get their votes. You know, it's more democratic. It's not just you dragging a person along for the ride. Sometimes with some females that works, you know what I'm saying? But for most females that does not work, especially in today's progressive society. So you wanna have to give yourself a new coat, so to speak, and you're gonna have to present yourself with a little bit more diplomacy, if you want to keep this going, right? Just double checking, sorry. And then we pulled up here 5 cards. So I said, what are we going to take from this, right? And where are we going to go from here, right? So we got the Page of Cups. So get in contact with your creative side. Maybe you want to take up something creative, right? You want to receive some kind of news of something. Could be a good or bad thing. It could be an opportunity. That's opportunity. So you're going to have an opportunity to speak to this female, feminine person, right? About what's going on. You are thinking about your future with this person. You have some kind of ideation, right? You have aspirations, you have goals with this person. The person might not feel that way about you. You may receive an unexpected or pleasant surprise, and maybe just an opportunity to speak to this person, because we have a Tower card. So remember I told you about the shit tidal wave? Well, water, but yeah, shit too. Tidal wave, chaos, right? The chaos tidal wave, right? So here we go. Here with this tidal wave that's coming. So you may talk with the person. This is opportunity. This is also opportunity. So we had 3 instances of opportunity, right? I'll show you the next instance right now. Let me just go over this one. I have not really slept today. Sorry. Yeah, what you thought were solid foundations are crashing around you. So shit is falling apart. Everything that you build is falling apart, right? Destruction and chaos are rampant. Know that these events are happening for you, not to you. So you're gonna be learning something from this, the transformation, right? It's a cycle. Sometimes things end, you know? New paradigms and opportunities are emerging. So, opportunity again, right? With the Fool. So, a way to start over, an opportunity to start over. Maybe not with this person, you know, but an opportunity to take the lessons that you have learned and start over, start fresh, start anew, right? Everything is burnt now, everything will grow, right? New opportunities and beginnings are available to you, so be open-minded and curious, ready to explore with your newfound knowledge, right? And discover new things, play, have fun, and be spontaneous. So it's telling you to embrace that creative side, creative side. Take on something creative. You might meet your next person there. That's what I'm thinking, right? Then we have the 3 of Swords, right? So you might be grieving for a little while. You know, it's usually not a good card for a love reading. Shit happens, you know. But you grieve and you move forward, right? That's what usually happens. You grieve a little, you learn, and you move on, right? Sometimes things don't go your way, you know, but you learn from them, right? So you're feeling hurt and disappointed by taking others' negative words to heart. So they might freaking give you a piece of their mind. They might tell you who you are, and that might hurt you, right? Like, let me tell you something right now. Let me tell you who the fuck you are. And they're gonna lay it down. They're gonna lay it down thick. And it might hurt you. It might result in a breakup. It might not. You know? And you have a chance to start fresh with this person or another person. Who knows? Right? Only you can be the decider of that. Right? You feel loss, heartbreak, and grief. sorrow. This will pass. Work on releasing the pain and forgiving those who have hurt you. So there's going to be an element of you having to forgive this person. They're going to lay it on you. The chaos, the truth, right? Sometimes it hurts, but you have enough logic that you can, you know, reason with that and go forward. We have the Chariot in the reverse. So what that's telling me is, don't move so fast next time. You know, don't try to do things your way. You know, be a little bit more diplomatic, right? So it says connect with your inner strength and willpower to move forward. So actually, yeah, that actually makes sense with this card. So you don't have to go into yourself and take out your inner willpower, right? Your motivation comes from within, not from an external source. You cannot control everything. Sometimes you cannot control another person. Sometimes it's best to loosen your grip. So loosen your grip on this person. It's done. Put a fork in it or a sword in it. It's done, and you need to move on. Wishing it had to be like that, but sometimes we have to learn, right? So hopefully this recorded and I can post it for you so you can benefit. Hopefully you will share this, you will like this. It is a longer reading. I think it's very insightful. I hope it helps you, and yes, please feel free to share, like this video so it could show up in the algorithm because it's very hard these days to get exposure, right? I appreciate that. That's helping paying forward, right? And I want to keep doing these kinds of readings. I want to feel motivated, right? Because it takes a lot out of me to do these. That's why I don't do these very often. But I feel like I am helping someone today, right? So, alright, I hope you're well. I hope you do sub so you can see some of my shorter readings that help you on your everyday path, right? They're short, they're like 3 to 5 minutes long. Watch it, go about your day, right? Also put up meditations, you know, so that if you don't really want to watch the reading, you can watch the word of the day. Sometimes I put a card up, you know, for the word of the day, and I tell you the word. It's like 16 seconds. You meditate on that word and you reflect upon your life. It's great. It's a great meditation, right? Just for your sign. Alright, and yeah, that's about it. I hope this really helps you, and I wish you the best, and I hope you find what you're looking for in life, and I know it's hard. You're gonna be okay. You're very strong. Alright? Thank you and stay chill. Bye.